Hi, good evening. So, I'm doing a new short series. They're only going to be like 5 or 10 minutes. This one is inspired through my podcast, Coleyology. I am privileged enough to be able to touch in often from this heart-centered space, and this space is difficult for me to always access, and so I'm doing this series returning back to the heart because I'm ready to live more fully there. And I welcome you to join my journey and share in it, and maybe we can create this nest of love and support, because it's a beautiful place to be, and I feel like it's a difficult place. So part of this journey, returning back into the heart, and returning to the heart, for me is like shedding some of my masks and having this space of like compassion and love and kindness and attunement and self-acceptance in this like deep way. And so part of this series is me coming in my comfortable clothes, no makeup, and just being real. Like, this is who I am when I wake up in the morning, or before I go to bed. This is me. This is me. And doing it from like this place, it's easy. Doing it from my mental space, it's difficult. There's so many criticisms, judgments, need to, have to, do's that don't allow me to fully take up space in this body that's been gifted to me. So this is the journey for me, and it feels good. It feels good to like shed some of like the layers. And what I'm noticing, like today I was taking my walk. I take a daily walk. That's like what I do on my lunch. I like go out and I connect with nature because it's so beautiful. And the sun was shining and it's 70 and the wind was blowing and the flowers are blooming, and I mean it's perfect. It's like it's heavenly, it's dreamy. And I'm in this like dream-like place, and here I am talking to myself in a very mean way. I was very harsh. And what I noticed, I'm very mindful of my internal thoughts. I do a lot of work around mindfulness. And the next layer of that for me is dropping down to my heart center when I'm noticing these thoughts. And when I'm in my headspace and these thoughts are arising, they hurt. Like, I believe them. I actually believe the things I'm saying to myself. And they're not kind, and they're not constructive. And for a while, part of my process was noticing it and then judging it. Like, why do I do that? Like, how can I stop that? And I think that was an important step that I needed to go through for whatever reason. But not necessarily better. It didn't make it better. And today I noticed these thoughts coming up, and I dropped into my heart space, which means like just taking a second and really just feeling my heart. And all of a sudden, the thoughts that are in my head become thoughts in my head, but not that I'm attached to. It's almost like, oh, there's some thoughts in my head, and today I was like this deep, loving, compassionate, all loving earth mother. And I was like, oh, you poor little one, you're suffering. These things that you're saying to yourself aren't true. You're good enough, and you're beautiful, and your body is wonderful, and you are amazing. And I believed it. I believed my heart center. And like this place in my head that I go to that I believed for so many years, that served a purpose. It did. So I want to thank it. It served its purpose at one point. But it no longer does. And I had relief from the bondage of my thoughts. And I had relief from the suffering. And the gift is like right here. Like we all have it. We all have this beautiful heart-centered gift. And so I want to take some time to check in and do a series on dropping back down to your heart center, ways to drop down to your heart center, my thoughts that I get wrapped up in when I'm in my head, and my experience getting back down to my heart center and the shift that happens. And I just want to thank you for being part of this journey with me. And I would love to go on the journey with you, and anything you would like to share, or any words of wisdom, or any questions. I am so down to answer, so down to receive. That's another thing. In your heart space, you can hear, like listening and receiving and giving. It's just all so much more rich. And I want to be here as much as possible, and I want to create the space for myself and for others to join me. So thank you. And from my heart to yours, thank you for your time. And I'll keep you posted, and I look forward to this unfolding. So good night. Mwah.